What is the value of 5 plus 2 all to be cubed over 5 squared minus 2 squared in its simplest form? Alright, so look at the question here. So there are two ways to do this question. There is the long way and there is the short way. So let us start off with the short way. So you have the option of ignoring the long way if you choose to do that. The short way is to recognize that 5 squared minus 2 squared is a difference of 2 squares, that is the number 2 in the paper 2, which would then allow us to write out the 5 plus 2 cube. So what we could do is write this out as, alright, 5 plus 2 into 5 plus 2 into 5 plus 2 all over 5 squared minus 2 squared, difference of 2 squares, we know that that would be 5 minus 2 into 5 plus 2. And once we do that, we could now cancel. This 5 plus 2 will cancel with this 5 plus 2, so that we now have 5 plus 2 into 5 plus 2 into 5 plus 2, or 5 plus 2 squared over 5 minus 2, which would then be what? 5 plus 2 into 5 plus 2 is 7 by 7, which would be 7 by 7 over 3, which would give you 49 over 3 as the answer. Alright, and that is it. So that's the short method. You could roll with this if you want. Just a point to note though, even though this method is shorter, it relies upon you being able to recognize the 5 squared minus 2 squared as the difference of 2 squares. Right? If you didn't recognize that as the difference of 2 squares, then you have the option of actually multiplying out everything, which, as you will see in a moment, will be a little more tricky. Alright, so same question, we're working with a slightly different method now. So if we didn't recognize that this is the difference of 2 squares, what you would have to do is to say that 5 plus 2 cubed will be, 5 plus 2 is 7 cubed, 5 squared minus 2 squared is 25 minus 4. Now, remember you don't have the calculator in a multiple choice setting, so you'd have to multiply this out. 7 squared, you should know by now, is 49, and 49 by 7 would give us, we go in the corner here now, 49 by 7, 9 sevens are 63, 4 sevens are 28, and 6 is 34. So that would be, so this would now be equal to 343. 25 minus 4 is 21. Alright, so even in the case where you have to multiply in a multiple choice, you have to be able to multiply this, right? Which would rely upon you knowing that 9 sevens are 63, followed by 4 sevens are 28. So again, tables, tables, tables. Alright, so you get the 343 here over 21. So this is where it becomes a little tricky if you had to go through this. So in a case like this, in a multiple choice setting, given the question we have before us, A obviously will be out of the picture as an answer, because in A, you have a smaller numerator. A is a proper fraction then, right? Our answer would clearly be an improper fraction, so it has to either be B, C, or D. We're not really sure. We realize that it have something going on with the 7 here. B is 7 over 3, C is 7 over 2, and D is 49 over 3. So in a case like this, the most sensible thing to do would be to start off by dividing by 7, because 7 seem to be the number that jumping out at us here in all of those 3 answers. So 7 into 21 is 3, we know that from our 3 times tables, and we just multiplied 49 by 7 here to get 343. So 7 into 343 has to be 49. So you'll have 49 here over 3 here, and as it turns out, you can't go any further than that. Alright, so this was a little longer, a little more long-winded. It required a slightly different set of skills, but important skills nevertheless. So I just want to take this opportunity in this question to re-emphasize the need to know your difference of two squares, you have to be able to recognize it, and you have to be able to employ it in your number 2, your algebra. Alright, and as you would see here, it also comes into play in your multiple choice, where we were able to use it in the method before this to do a nice quick solution. And if we didn't for some reason recognize it in that particular solution, we had the option of running through this, which would be a little more strenuous in terms of taxing your knowledge of your tables. Alright, in the paper 2 you would have the calculator. In the paper 1 you wouldn't have the calculator. The objective, of course, is to get the thing done and get it done properly. So that in this case, the answer that we will be looking for is D, 49/3.